Tonight, strong storms shaking things up along the Front Range.
A lot of green on the radar screen and some yellow and red. Some strong thunderstorms still continue.
Parenting is complicated, but especially during the pandemic.
You have a variety of choices. It can make the decision feel more challenging and complicated.
As the new school year approaches, more parents are choosing to skip the COVID-19 vaccine for their youngest.
If I don't do enough research, no one will protect them.
Colorado can't stop thinking about money, 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 money. Money!
Probably donate most of it to certain different charities. I help my couple of my siblings pay off their mortgages.
It's going to be a yacht, no doubt.
We are counting down to tonight's Mega Millions drawing for one of the largest jackpots in the lottery's 26-year history.
It's thrilling to be part of something this big that you could possibly be rich.
Oh my God, digit gold!
As you can see, a pretty wild weather day across Colorado. Spencer Pugh sent us that video of a tornado forming across the eastern plains in Kit Carson County.
And there was also a lot of rain. In Aurora, some of that downpour made its way inside the King Soopers at Ilift and Buckley. Video shared on social media shows water dripping through the ceiling near the checkouts. What a mess. Good evening and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Danny News. So let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson and our Denver 7 forecast. Mike, pretty crazy day so far. How's the rest of the night looking?
Quieter for the Denver area, but still pretty active over southern Colorado. This is the latest radar. There's a lot of activity south of Colorado Springs and all the way down into the southwestern part of the state. As far as the Denver area is concerned, our storms have diminished to just a couple minor ones, but there are flash flood warnings in the Colorado Springs area, severe thunderstorm warning, eastern El Paso County. Those are some of the storms that pushed through our area earlier, but we just have a little bit of thunder shower activity to the north of town right now. Not doing a whole lot, a little bit of thunder and lightning, some brief rain, probably no hail. Earlier today, we had the severe thunderstorms in Kit Carson County and Cheyenne County. They've kind of backed up a little bit right to the south of the Palmer Divide now, and over Lincoln County, El Paso County, down into Pueblo County. That's where most of the action is. So storms to the south for tonight. Tomorrow's hotter and a little bit drier, but then it's cooler and wetter for Thursday and for Friday, and there could be some pretty good soakers coming up Thursday and Friday across especially the mountains and the foothills. That could cause some flash flood concerns, especially on those burn scars. Your full 7-day forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thank you, Mike. Well, now that children under 5 are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine, many families are trying to gather information.
And the choice is also leading to a lot of uncertainty. A Kaiser Family Foundation study revealed that 43% of U.S. parents of children under 5 say they will not get their child vaccinated. That's the highest percentage in the year the survey has been asking the question. Researchers also found only 17% of parents of children between 6 months and 5 years old say their child has been vaccinated or will be as soon as possible.
Now, Colette Bordelon spoke with 2 parents on opposite sides of that issue.
And Colette joins us live in the studio. Colette, you found out that Colorado is no stranger to low vaccination rates.
Children's Hospital says Colorado has the lowest vaccination rate in the entire country, and that's not when it comes to COVID. That's for vaccines in general. So it wasn't too terribly hard to find 2 parents today at parks with their kids who have very different opinions on the same issue. One of them wanted to remain anonymous while talking with us because she said she knows her opinion isn't popular, but she has not vaccinated any of her 4 kids for anything, including COVID-19. Then a dad I talked with told me he actually was once an anti-vaxxer, but when the pandemic started, he began to change his mind. He, along with his wife, made the decision to vaccinate their 2-year-old daughter just months ago. Now, it is important to note most of the parents in that Kaiser study have not spoken to their pediatrician or other healthcare provider about getting the vaccine for their child.
That portion of the data makes me hopeful that there will be opportunities to have more kind of open and in-depth conversations about families' concerns and to hopefully allay those concerns.
The survey from Kaiser listed some reasons why parents are hesitant to get their children vaccinated. Those include the fear of side effects, long-term effects, and that the vaccine will not protect their child from getting sick from the virus. We'll be breaking down those reasons and rebuttals tonight on Denver 7 at 10. Live in the studio, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Thank you, Colette. And meanwhile, today the White House hosted a summit discussing the importance of vaccines. Dr. Fauci credited the COVID-19 vaccines for helping the U.S. avert more than 2 million deaths, 20 million hospitalizations, and approximately $1 trillion in health care costs. Additionally, President Biden's COVID-19 infection continues to improve and has, quote, almost completely resolved, according to a White House physician. Biden has received both initial doses and boosters.
The arrest affidavit from a deadly police shooting in Inglewood says the man shot by police was caught in the crossfire. Sunday night, officers were called to a home near Bellevue and Federal in Inglewood. The affidavit says officers were called to check on Philip Blankenship, who was drunk and suicidal. They say when they tried to get Blankenship to come out, he fired once at officers, and those officers returned fire, hitting and killing Philip's brother, 22-year-old Matthew Mitchell. The affidavit says Matthew never fired any shots. Inglewood police have denied many of our requests for comment. The district attorney's office is taking over the investigation from here.
The public defender representing Jordan Waddy says that she has concerns about how police handled an incident in downtown Denver last Sunday. Waddy appeared in court today to face a charge of possession of a firearm by a previous offender. Police say he flashed a gun at them in Lodo as bars were letting out, prompting them to fire at Waddy and into a crowd of people. 6 bystanders were hurt in that shooting. Waddy is still in the hospital for treatment of injuries he received in that shooting, and his bond has been set at $10,000.
Well, there is lottery fever across America as the Mega Millions jackpot reaches $830 million. Now, that would make it the third largest in history if someone wins it tonight.
You know, we've never had a Coloradan win the Mega Millions jackpot, but a lot of people tonight are hoping that maybe they will become the first. Now, Rob Harris has tracked down a store where they might have a little extra luck on their side. Rob?
Yeah, so Danny, I'm sure that basically every convenience store has been very busy today printing off those Mega Millions tickets, but I did find one store in Denver that's been especially busy printing off those tickets, and there's a very good reason for that. It's because it's the most winning store by dollar amount in the state of Colorado. They've had more than $4 million in winnings just from the Mega Millions at this one store already, and the word has gotten out.
For days now, it's been a steady stream of customers to this 7-Eleven on Tower Road in Denver.
2 quick clicks, separate tickets. Y'all been selling a lot of tickets. I would want to say probably like 2,000, probably, or even more.
As the jackpot has climbed, the word's gotten out about the lucky machine at this store. So much so, the machine went down this afternoon and the sales had to stop.
It's been pretty hectic, so it just crashed. It happens a lot. Like if it's like busy like this all the time, then it'll like just crash. So and like they'll get mad at us, but like, we can't do nothing about it. So
there have been 7 Mega Millions winners from this store, and together they've won more than $4 million.
Well, I was just fooling around Googling, and I came upon, what's the luckiest store, and this one popped up. Lo and behold. And I just live back down the street, so here I am.
Now there are a lot of people hoping to make it 8 winners and add about $830 million to the total.
I feel luckier.
They're already making their plans for the money.
I helped my couple of my siblings pay off their mortgages.
It's going to be a yacht, no doubt.
But even if there's no yacht purchase or grand charitable donation tomorrow, the folks who talked to us said they'll still be glad they paid.
Absolutely. Okay, it's fun. You know what I mean? A break from the day-to-day. It's kind of thrilling, exciting.
thank you.
Okay, so I looked it up online. According to usmega.com, in Colorado after taxes, a jackpot winner would stand to get about $285 million if they take the lump sum, and then about $486 million if they take the payment over 30 years. So we're a little bit less than 2 hours away from that drawing tonight. So Jessica, a lot of crossed fingers in Colorado, I'm sure.
Good luck to everyone out there. Thank you, Rob. And speaking of tickets, Broncos Country set those reminders for next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Broncos half-price tickets go on sale. There will be 2,000 of them available for every home game. You can only buy 4 tickets to 1 game per household. Now, this is always a race that gets to get to those tickets, so make sure that you're ready to go right away next Tuesday morning.
Coming up, one city warning residents about chemicals in the water supply that can take a toll over time.
The EPA really is starting to see that this is a true problem.
We take a look at what's being done to keep your drinking water safe.
And firefighters often carry a heavy burden. Now they're helping each other to lighten the load.
It's good to know that we're not alone in our grief.